Bridget, and we are from Miss Sorrell's first grade class.
Today is Monday, October 31st, 2022, the 57th day of school.
We are glad that you are here today and hope that you have left your average at home or on the bus and are ready to have a respectful and responsible day.
Ready means being in the right place at the right time with the right stuff.
Respectful means treating others the way you want to be treated.
And responsible means doing your job with a smile on your face and with perfect effort.
Speaking of responsibility, our first responsibility is to be ready to show respect for the rights that we have in this country and at the school.
We do this by daily saying the Pledge of Allegiance, the school pledge, and do it in a moment of silence.
To show respect, when we say the pledge, we stop what we are doing, stand up, put our hand over our heart like this, and say the pledge loudly, clearly, and with pride.
Would you please stand for the pledge and remain standing for the Kennedy School Pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the Kennedy School Pledge.
I pledge myself as a Kennedy Dragon to be ready for the day ahead of me. I will be respectful of myself, my teachers, and all others I meet throughout the day. I promise to be responsible for myself, my actions, and my learning. I work my hardest to be the best dragon I can be.
Please reflect silently on your day, your activities, and what you hope to accomplish.
My name is Luis.
And I'm Skylar.
And our responsibility that we have is to try to keep it safe by slowing down the spread of germs.
We do this by frequently washing our hands. When we wash our hands, we want to use soap and water or an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
When we wash our hands, we get all parts of our hands, the palms of our hands, the backs of our hands, in between our fingertips, plus our wrists and our thumbs.
Wash our hands, we want to do it for at least 20 seconds, so let's wash our hands.
Little ghosts that I once knew, friendly ones, spooky ones, silly ones too. But the one little ghost was the leader of the crew. She led the others with the boo boo boo, boo boo boo, boo boo boo. She led the others with the boo boo boo,
Hands are nice and
Now that we have washed our hands, done our pledges, a moment of silence, so let's get started with birthdays.
Happy birthday on Saturday the 29th to Eli Moa, who turned 10, Serena Yang, who turned 11, Alexandra Rodriguez Pacheco, who turned 9, Aaliyah Harris, who turned 8, Luke Riddle Hoover, who turned 10, and Lawson Patak, who turned 6.
Happy birthday on Sunday, the 30th, to Kyler Hopso, who turned 8, Maximum Van Doe, who turned 6, and Braden Archer, who turned 10.
Happy birthday to Riley Tucker, who is 11. Happy birthday today to Riley Tucker, who is 11, Audrey Drainen, who is 7, and Natalie Bennett, who is 11.
Please make sure that you come to the media center to get your birthday ribbon. Our next responsibility each morning is to make our lunch twice.
For lunch today, we are supposed to be having chicken sandwich, lettuce, tomato, and pickle, green beans, baked lays, and eek orange sherbet.
If you don't want chicken sandwich, you can always get PBJ or yogurt and muffin. Here to tell us about the weather is Giovanni.
Hi, I'm Giovanni, and I will be bringing you today's weather report. Today is going to be rainy until about lunch, and then it should clear out, and the high will be 68 degrees and the low with around 49. The rain should be gone before trick-or-treat time.
Hello, my name is Rogelio, and here's today's interesting fact of the day.
Fact of the day!
Did you know that once they found a mosquito carrying a special disease called malaria in amber? Amber is a type of rock that forms when tree sap gets really hard after like a million years. And people used to think that malaria was something new, but it was actually just the disease having a comeback. It used to be around 3 million years ago. And that was today's interesting fact of the day.
Fact of the day!
It is now time for our morning message.
Please make sure you are being a respectful listener to Benjamin and Naomi as they bring us the morning message.
Good morning, Kennedy Elementary. This is Naomi.
And Benjamin.
A few words of wisdom.
Famous basketball coach John Wooden is considered one of the greatest coaches in college basketball history. Now listen to what he has to say about success. Success is peace of mind knowing that you did your best.
Notice that he didn't say that success was an expensive car or designer clothes. And he didn't say that success was being number one. He said success is knowing that you've done your personal best.
So make today and every day a real success by simply doing the best you can.
With something to think about, this is Naomi.
I'm Benjamin.
Make it a great day now.
The choice is yours.
That's all the announcements we have for the day.
Please help Mr. Butcher, Mr. Newbert, and your teachers keep us safe, which is their job.
By being a ready, respectful, and responsible student who's focused on graduating in the year.
Because when you are ready, respectful, and responsible student who's focused on graduating, you are
Boldly committed to student success. I'm Jalen.
And I am Bridget.
Have an awesome day.
It's time for our read aloud of the day. Today's read aloud is The Halloweener by Dave Pilkey. This is the author of Dog Man. We do read alouds for several reasons. The first reason is so that I can model for you guys, or try to model for you guys, what good readers do. Good readers read fluently. Fluently is not just reading as fast as you can. Fluency is reading the words correctly at a good pace. Not too fast that you can't understand, or not too slow where it's hard to understand, but at a good pace and with expression that matches the meaning of the text. Also, too, this is an opportunity for you guys to do what good readers do. Good readers don't just read the words and just listen to them. They listen for specific things. The story elements, who or what the story is about. That's called the character. The setting, where and when the story is taking place. The sequence of events, what happens first, next, and last. And good readers also ask questions as they go. Why did it happen? How did it just happen? What do I think is going to happen next? Today's Halloween, so of course this one matches today's book, but also, too, there is some responsible in there. You'll see some actions and implications of actions, so it matches our character strong as well. So, The Halloweener, Scholastic Inc. There once was a dog named Oscar, who was half a dog tall and 1.5 dogs long. Measurement. Non-customary units. Because of his unusual shape and size, all the other dogs made fun of him. Wiener dog, they called him. And Oscar did not like it one bit. Oscar's mother was no help either. Every morning when the dogs walked off to obedience school, Oscar's mother stood in the front yard, waving and calling out, "Farewell, my little Vienna sausage." And the other dogs laughed and laughed. Today's lesson, sit and stay. Most of the time, Oscar was upset by all this, but not today. Today was Halloween, and Oscar was thinking about other things. All day long at obedience school, Oscar daydreamed about Halloween night, trick-or-treats, and scary costumes. When Oscar got home, he dashed upstairs to start working on his scary Halloween costume. But when he got to his room, a surprise was waiting for him. "Happy Halloween, my little sausage link," said Oscar's mother. "I've made you a costume to wear for trick-or-treats." When Oscar saw the costume, he nearly fainted. What do you think it is? What do you think? That's what I thought. It was a great, giant hot dog bun, complete with mustard, and guess who was supposed to fit in the middle? Oscar did not want to hurt his mother's feelings, so he decided to wear the silly costume. That night, all the dogs on the block gathered to show off their costumes. Everyone was looking quite scary. Then, Oscar showed up, looking quite frank. Figurative language, what do you think? Frankfurter. When the dogs saw Oscar in his silly costume, they howled with laughter. "Look at Oscar," they cried. "He really is a wiener dog." Poor Oscar was so embarrassed. "Wiener dog, wiener dog, wiener dog," they laughed as they ran off to go trick-or-treating. Oscar tried to keep up with the other dogs, but his silly costume kept slowing him down. All night long, the other dogs hounded every treat they could get their paws on. So by the time Oscar got to each house, there were no treats left for Oscar. Soon trick-or-treating was over, and the dogs walked home past a spooky graveyard. Suddenly, a horrible hissing sound filled the air. The dogs stopped dead in their tracks. Then out of the graveyard rose a ghastly monster. The dogs screamed for their lives. They dropped their treats and jumped into a nearby pond. The monster moved closer. "Please don't eat us," cried the dogs. The monster yowled and hissed. "Boo!" sobbed the dogs. The monsters jumped up and down. "Somebody save us!" shrieked the dogs. Oh no. Just then somebody showed up. It was Oscar. Because Oscar was so short, he saw something that the other dogs had not seen. "That's no monster," cried Oscar, and with a loud bark, Oscar waddled to the rescue. What is it? It looks like cats. Roar! Rip! And there, standing in the moonlight, were a couple of ornery cats. "Help!" cried the cats. "We're being attacked by a giant Frankfurter!" And they ran off, screaming through the graveyard. The dogs in the pond had seen the whole thing, and now it was their turn to be embarrassed. "We've been chased into the pond by a couple of cats," they moaned. But Oscar was a true friend. He leaped into the water and swam out to the dogs. Oscar's silly costume made a wonderful life raft, and the dogs climbed on. "All aboard!" Oscar called as he dog paddled back to the shore. When they got back to dry land, all the dogs shared their Halloween treats with Oscar. Because Oscar had been so brave, the dogs changed his nickname from Wiener Dog to Hero Sandwich. And from that night on, nobody ever made fun of Oscar again. Happy Halloween!